We live, dog man. Hit them with it.
We are live.
So what's going on? Your picture done went away again. Dang, dog man. What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody?
I was live and then I got kicked out and I died.
I swear, he's always got something wrong with this freaking thing. Every time we get on here, something goes wrong with what he's got. Well, what up, dog man? What we gonna talk about, bro?
Richard Salazar.
Oh
That's what
hell!
we're gonna talk about.
What he do
Hey,
now? What he
Richard
do now?
Salazar. So let's talk about all this bullshit, DB. What did he do, man? What did he do first? I'll tell you. You
From
tell
the
me what he
beginning?
did with you, and then I'll tell you what happened with me, and then we'll talk about it from there.
All right, you want to know from the beginning?
Yeah, go ahead. Let everybody know on the
So
live stream.
I, I was sitting in a group called the 35 and Below group on Facebook,
Yeah.
and I'm going through there. I got a paycheck, bro, so I was like, trying to find some good fragrances, see what I could, grab together and be like, Anyway, so I catch this dude spitting out some stuff for authenticity, which I have and I thoroughly enjoy. I think it's a great fragrance. And I didn't get into the conversation. And next thing I know, some guy gets on there and he says, I'm not buying this stuff until somebody does a review of it. I'm like, okay. So BB did a review, so I dropped it down in there and I let a review happen. And so along comes this idiot named Salazar. Okay, I want to say things quote for quote, so he can't say that I misquoted him. So he decides to drop in here, and he started blasting off stuff like um, how he's thinking this is all some kind of scam, and how he I see you. You was snapping me. I'm out. I mean, I'm not going to pay attention to nobody snapping. So anyway, he goes on through this thing and says how he thinks this is a fraud and how this guy here and how he don't think that authenticity is all that and he and there's other little spews and you know you got to understand something when somebody takes the time to create a fragrance. Don't you owe it to somebody to at least try it before you open your stupid mouth?
Well,
I mean, that's like me saying,
either that or there's a million reviews out there saying it's a clone or that it's not that good.
yeah, well, this only has 3. So the guy knows his stuff. I mean, every time I get on Facebook, I see something for Jeremy Fragrance all the time. Office or date or something, he's pushing all the time. I see all kinds of other stuff being pushed all the time. This dude was just trying to push his fragrance. So was it annoying? Absolutely. But anyway, so Salazar's on here and he gets on there and decides he wants to critique my review, I guess, by saying he doesn't understand what I mean by it doesn't smell like Aventus, but it acts like Aventus. And by me saying that, I gave him pause. Oh, we gave King Laura a pause. How dare we? So we go into this little back and forth, and he's say with all due respect, my man, I'm not trying to go through this all day with you and blah blah blah. Says, I mean, he's just acting like a total snob, like he's better than every damn body else. Like, how dare we you know, tell King Salazar that something doesn't smell like a Ventus, but for God's sake, tastes like a Ventus. You know, how dare we tell the king that? You know, and decided finally. I looked at him and said, "Dude, I can tell why a lot of people in Fragcom don't like you." Is because your snobby attitude. He had a snobby attitude, like you know, how dare we push this fragrance, yet alone, how dare we almost force him to buy it. Nobody was forcing him to buy it.
Yeah.
You decided to chime in, you decided to put your 2 cents in. So he finally looked at me and said, basically, he told me, I'm full of shit. He thinks I'm full of shit. My review, he thinks I'm full of shit. I should have a note breakdown. Let's hear a note breakdown. Well, that video, the note breakdowns within the first probably 2 minutes of the video.
Right.
So he didn't watch the video, is obviously what it was. So he decides to continue to run his mouth. He just had me so pissed off, I had to do a video. So I got on and I made a video. What's up, BS? So I did this video, and I mean it on purpose. I'm not gonna lie to you. DB always has a reason for doing a video. Usually my reason for doing a video is, can I get this person out and about, getting he or she to open up their mouth,
right,
and catch them tripping. And it worked. So this guy comes out named Richard Salazar, and this one here was in green. Just calling me every freaking name in the book, telling me Mr. Ex-Klansman, and how I got a reputation in the fragrance community for being unreliable and all this other stuff. And like, you know me, bro. After only taking so much, I let him have it. So all of a sudden, he mentions your name in it.
Right.
And of course, you caught that he had your name in there.
Right.
And what I find funny about this whole situation was that's where you come in.
Right.
But the whole other part of this situation is, once you confronted him, what did he do then?
No. When I confronted him, he was trying to say that he was joking in the very initial beginning. He was joking, and the heat came on him so fast, he didn't have time to tell anyone he was joking. But I'm like, if you a man, you apologize for it, whether you was joking or not. Okay. So,
right.
So he kept talking, and I mean, he was just typing away. And then every time he typed something, he just kept fumbling and tripping over his story, you know. And then I tried to tell him, I was like, he said, "What are you talking about?" When I first came to him, he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." He doesn't know your channel. He never been to your channel or nothing like that, right? So then, hold on, dude. Oh, all right. So he said he didn't see your video, which I doubt. Is that true? He said he didn't see your video. Don't know what you're talking. He don't know what I'm talking about.
He had to have seen my video. Yeah, he had to have seen it because he made the comment that I made in my video that it doesn't smell like a Ventus, but it acts like a Ventus. So you had to have seen at least the first couple minutes of it. So,
right.
I mean, I didn't say that in the group.
He pretty much acted like he didn't know about your channel. He didn't know who you were. And then this the dude you had the confrontation with in that Facebook group. So he tried to play it off like someone else had that profile. At first he said you were behind the profiles, 2 or 3 other profiles, and you were behind the Richard Salazar profile. Then he went back and then he said, "Okay, I seen the video. I don't know who that is using my name," right? So the whole time, right? And I'm like, so you knew someone was using your name, but you didn't confront them? You someone out there smearing your name, but you ain't say nothing to them.
Yeah.
Causing all this drama. If someone was out
there, here's how you know. Here's
between you you and DB, why the hell you ain't confront that fake profile? You know, when he confronted that fake profile, after I told him to confront that fake profile, and that was like hours away. I'm like, dude, you
so this is how I know he knows who I am. In the very first remark on the video that I made was, "Sir, for a man so religious, you certainly enjoy bending the truth. I would actually say you're a liar. Hey, make a video about that. Certainly love attention. You sad 50-year-old attention seeker. Very churlish, very childish."
Right,
how would you know I'm a religious man if you ain't?
Yeah. How he know anything about you trying to be what do you call it, holier than thou? I was like, okay, so you've been watching DB's videos. The only way you're gonna know he holier than thou, that he trying to do right by God. You see what I'm saying? So I was like, bro, you a snake, man. You've been watching this dude's channel. Here's another thing that I noticed. All right. Yep. Whenever you make a Google profile, right, and then you want to make a YouTube profile, but if you make a Google profile under a male name, it's going to give you a male color, like a dark green or a dark blue. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever you make a female profile, it's going to give you a feminine color. Now, right, since he already used his male name, right, to go through all the steps of doing Google and whatnot, instead of him making up a whole nother male profile, which is a little bit difficult to do through Google, he went and probably used his wife's. You see what I'm saying? And his wife is under a female profile.
Well, this is what he says. I can't remember. I got it kind of out, or I must have replied to him. And he says, "I'm just talking about me, you idiot. All of the other people whose facts you alter to suit your own narratives. This channel is a bubble of your own lies, defamation, and falsehoods. You are actually and blatantly using false facts to make other people look bad just to boost this channel. It's not going unnoticed in the groups. You're making quite a reputation as an untrustworthy, holier than thou bully who is constantly looking for attention. Lots of members in the group. Well, if that's how you play, be ready for some players to bend the rules right back at you, Mr. KKK. A little birdie tells me some interesting facts about you that are about to be made public."
Well, see, that's the thing. That's the green one, right? That's the green one is like that, right?
That's the green one, right?
Yeah, the green Richard Salazar. But he said the same damn thing. The pink Richard Salazar, who messaged me back, he typing in pink, messaged me talking the same damn thing, basically. So I'm like, dude, who you trying to?
So here's where he introduces. This is where he introduces you. He says, "Ha, my behavior is feminine," says the 50-year-old making gossip videos of other men. You and that other strange dog character spend hours on live stream like a couple of old women. Join the sewing community. You'll fit right in with all the gossiping grandmas.
Well, if us exposing people like him is gossip, then I guess we gossip, bro. But it's true gossip, you know.
You better put me on it. Anyway, so we go through this spew with the guy. Dog makes his videos about the guy, which, by the way, he says his state has recording people's voices laws. So I just want to make people straight, since I know the laws pretty well. What state do you live in?
He said he lives in me? Louisiana.
Yeah.
Louisiana.
Okay. So Louisiana, I know for a fact, Louisiana's laws, you can record anybody's voice at any time without their permission. If your call starts in the state of Louisiana, that's the laws that you have to follow. The call is coming from the state of Louisiana. So when he's on the phone, he's answering from the state of Louisiana. So his laws do not apply unless he made the phone call. Just so we're straight.
I don't know how true this is, but I've also heard that it is now nationwide, and this is why we're able to record cops, audio and video now, that you can, all jobs and anyone can record anyone today. It's public. You can record anyone.
Well, that's that. I mean, with a public official, you can do that simply because a public official is paid by we the people, so they really don't have any laws or any rights really when they're wearing a badge and gun that they, because people are going out. I thought Detective Dogman can Columbo anyone.
Man, this dude.
Well,
this dude,
I am a PI.
Well, no, this dude threatened me, and then he says he wants to fight. And when he said that, I was like, I don't care, bro. I'm gonna make a video for him and I'm gonna show him what I got, and he's gonna be running shitless in a second. Because people don't know
what I find interesting is, the point that I find more interesting is that after the green Salazar was made, along comes, after you have all these issues, along comes a pink Salazar saying he's the real Salazar, talking the exact same way, the same trying to use educated words in an uneducated way. And so he says he wants to put his name out there to make sure he lets somebody know that was not him, blah, 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 blah. So that's interesting. But the interesting part is that the green Salazar profile is a year old.
Yeah. Yeah. And now all those comments, he deleted those comments.
Yeah. 5 minutes ago, that's when he joined, when he made the comment.
Yep.
So what he did, and guys, here's the thing. That alone should make things suspicious. But what we're about to tell you towards the end seals it all. So Dogman makes, what'd you make, 2 videos? You called the guy out. On the second video, he decides to come out in the green profile again and goes on to tell you all this stuff you and him had a conversation about.
Yeah.
So how the green Salazar would have known nothing if it was fake about the conversations you guys would have had.
Right.
So I called him out. I was like, uh-oh. Yeah, so I called him out. I'm like, uh-oh, there's the green profile. Give it a couple minutes, and the pink profile will be right back. He immediately changes the profile to blue. So he's trying to fool everybody.
Yeah.
See how he takes the green profile and makes it blue. So that everybody thinks we're the freaking idiots and we're the ones that are in the wrong, like we're the doofuses. So the man is he's simply retarded. That, I mean, I don't know any other way to put it in a nicer way.
Here's the thing. If you remember him when he was talking to me, he said he don't know who I'm talking about. He don't know. He didn't know you even made a video about him. He don't know nothing about you. But in that phone conversation, you remember he said millions of people said a bunch of bullshit about you being in the KKK and you trying to do. Okay, so which is it? Do you know him or don't you know him? You see what I'm saying? So
yeah,
double standard bullshit.
Well, there's a lot of people who claim to not know me that still watch my videos. And here's the thing. Nobody wants to subscribe to my channel. If you ever look at my channel, I have 240 some subscribers. A lot of this stuff that me and you make easily per channel gets 200 and some plus views.
Look,
so people are watching.
It may not be all these lightweights in the game, but a lot of these top tier reviewers do watch our shit. So it's going to where it counts. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really care about subs because I don't get paid for it. I care about the subs, but I don't care about the subscription. You know, I care about the people behind who sub me, but I don't care about their subjectivity. I don't care about the subscription. if I can, like I always say, if I can get the 1 out of 99, I'm doing good. But for him to bring that up, I'm like, that's childish again. That's another lame ass excuse, a lame ass ploy to throw people off. Oh, I got 25. Oh, you got a 25 views, motherfucker. The views is jumping up. I think right now. I remember that. So it doesn't matter. I don't care about
it's way up.
I'm not doing this for views or for fame or for money. I'm doing this to expose your punk ass, and it's exactly what we do. So
yep. So here's him.
And then he's trying to
come in the pink. So he comes along in the pink when he finally decides to come by and be this real Richard Salazar, and he says, "This is Richard Salazar, one from the picture he just showed. My wedding picture, by the way. I have no idea what the person is that is making all these comments under Richard Salazar, but that's not me, for the record. I almost feel like this weirdo set up some fake shit. This is so stupid, but anyway, that's whatever. This is one and only comment I'm going to make in this whole ridiculous video. I stand by everything I said in those messages."
Yeah, that's the one and only comment he's going to make to himself. Because why? He don't want to waste time arguing with himself, right? So you stupid. You ain't going to call out the profile. You ain't going to try to call it out. You're just going to tell it one time and that's it. But yet he came to both our channels multiple times, leaving long, lengthy ass fucking messages and essays and stories and shit. But to Richard Salazar that was smearing his name, he just gonna reply to that one time. What a lame ass.
So he says, so to this mouth breaker and to whoever decide to use my name to talk shit to this stupid fuck, you both can get fucked. So, you know, here's the thing I want you guys to understand too. This guy claims 16 years in prison. I did a background check on this guy, and I'm pretty sure I got the right guy. Matter of fact, I'm 90% positive I got the right guy. I don't see any criminal record that gave him 16 years in prison. So I'm not going to blast the guy's criminal record all over the place. I mean, even though he got personal with me, that's his business. I'm going to leave it alone. But I'm just telling you guys for a fact, there is no 16-year prison sentence in any of his background check. So I showed on my video, I have my documentation to prove I've been to prison. And I'll tell you the reason I keep this thing is because I want you to.
That bullshit, man.
Yes. I don't see a prison sentence, let alone 16 years. I'm just, maybe I got the wrong guy.
Don't even seem like he did 16 years because if he had that same kind of mentality and that same type of bullshit, that dude should have been dead long. Somebody would have killed him a long time ago in prison, man. You don't play. People in prison don't play like that, man.
See that? I carry that card for one specific reason. Okay? I carry that card because that son of a bitch in that picture don't look a bit happy. That's a hard dude right there. I ain't bragging. That's a hard dude right there. As skinny as I looked at 200 pounds in this picture, there's my release date. As skinny as I was in that picture, I'm here to tell you, I never got messed with in prison. Not to bring up my past or be braggadocious about it, I walked in the front of the line. If anybody's been in prison, you understand when you walk in the front of the line, you ain't no soldier. So I've been there. You know, I had a successful career as a bail enforcement agent for 12 years. I retired because I was to get married. My wife would not marry me until I retired. Those pictures were put up. My Marine Corps picture was put up. So there's just not much else you guys in this whole fragrance community can get Dwayne on. There's nothing else you can do, man. It's all out there for the public to see. When they came out with the KKK stuff, they put out the biggest secret I tried to keep from anybody. I'm glad, but at the same time, I'm kind of pissed off that my old pictures still aren't up there. I called Google and removed, it had to be 30 pictures of me they got those removed, but the ones that are left was from a Russian website because the girls who came into that rally were Russian and went back home, made the story. They were foreign exchange students. I can't get that erased. I tried to get it all erased. It just didn't work. But, you know, a man's past is a man's past, period. And there's another guy that on Exposed TV that'll be coming up soon. His name is Mark Cooper. And this is the first guy who initially brought my past to light and spread it all over Facebook. And I'll be exposing his little candy ass soon. So, but people are going to take from this what they're going to take from this, dude. But for me, I'm done. When I made the video, I was done. Unless he continues to run his mouth, there's not much more I can say. We proved he's a piece of shit. We proved he's a liar. We proved that he can't rub two pennies together and make 2 cents. So,
well, yeah, now he's threatened. I think he deleted that post where he says we can meet up, and then he deleted another post, I believe. What did he say? Those posts, the pink and the green, have been deleted. Like, look, if you're a man of your word, keep the posts up, bro. Keep it up, or just go ahead and bitch out. Keep bitching out, man. That's what you do. Keep bitching out. You keep your post up, or you bitch out. One or the other. Use a hoe, straight up. And I really, honestly wish I meet this. I'll show you. If I meet this dude in real life, bro, I fucking let him have it. I'd let him have it for real.
So here we go. Here's the. This is right now on that video. You guys can no longer see. That's just the green is gone. Up there at the top were comments that used to say 19. So he deleted 12 of those comments.
Yeah.
Because according to him, if that's a fake guy trying to smear you, then why would he erase it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. He's trying to smear you. That's supposed to be me trying to smear you, trying to make you look bad. Why would I erase it? That profile is a year old, dude. I've been in the fragrance community on Facebook for 8-9 months, period. It's probably not even 9 months. It's 8 months for sure. But I'll give it 9 months for the hell of it.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden now I'm like this fortune teller now. Boy, I can predict the future. I had a premonition, and I said to myself, I'm going to have a problem with Richard Salazar, you know, a year from now. So I got to make this fake profile, make this dude look so incredible. And then, wow, it came true. You know, now I'm a prophet. Now I'm not just a preacher, I'm a prophet. I prophesy.
Hey, you when he said you holier than thou, man, he must do it, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
that's some crazy.
I want you to understand, not too many people trigger me to get me to the point of cussing. But dude, can you just take the depravity of this whole situation? It started over a $30 fragrance that somebody was just trying to promote.
No, it started over
$30.
No, DB. It started over a personal vendetta he had against you, bro. He hid it like he didn't want nobody to know about it because he was listening to other people.
This personal vendetta here.
He tried to come at everyone. He tried to come at everyone like he didn't have a personal vendetta against you, bro. And that was the bitch made side of him. That's what made him and turned him into a straight bitch.
I mean, I'm the kind of guy. If there's a vendetta, let's talk about it. I had a vendetta, and I couldn't stand Ross Carlos from TLTG because of how he did it. But you know, the man called me up personally and offered his apology, and I'm just going to sincere apology. So I listen. I don't want anything to do with the guy on a friendly basis anymore. But he manned up and he apologized. You talked about it. Jesus Vargas, aka now it's Jesus scents. It used to be Cali Jen, hit me up personally and said, hey, whatever I did to you, I apologize. I mean, I know they're doing it because they don't want their names bashed. But if I'm old school. If a man can open up his mouth, swallow his pride, and say, hey, man, I'm sorry, my bad. Who am I not to say, hey, dude, it's squashed, I'm done with it. And I have been. I've not lit any of them guys up from that point on.
Yeah.
George Zaharoff. George Zaharoff calls me up, apologizes. It's a sincere apology. Yeah. I don't like the fact that George Zaharoff made me out to be a liar. It still pisses me off. But I still forgive the man, and I haven't bashed him since then. It's common sense. Be a man and say, I screwed up. Me and EJ Wells just had a huge blow up last night. But I'm not in the wrong, but I apologize because he had a lot on his plate, and I made it worse. Even though what he did was wrong to me, I still wanted to offer my apologies because there's a lot going on in his life I didn't know about, or I wouldn't have brought that particular thing up right then and there. But if I promote your fragrance and I believe in your fragrance and other people get their videos put out but not one of mine, I just sent all 50 Happy Land fragrances to Troy D for his YouTube channel so he can put them out there because he likes it. I don't see TLTG doing that. I don't see I love Scott from 504, man, but I don't see him doing it either. People aren't doing the things that I'm doing, and I'm doing them to get views. I'm not doing any of that. But if you're going to thank somebody, I mean, posted a video about what they said about your fragrance, I would do that for my worst enemy if he reviewed it. You know what I mean? So the problem is, if you can't come to a man and say, let's work this thing out, then you're a POS. Me and you are great friends, dog, man. One of these days we're going to have an issue. Hopefully when we have an issue, we just sit down and say, let's work this crap out, be done with it. And that's how I am. Once it gets worked out, I'm done.
Here's the thing. A lot of stuff that you do, I already know you do it. And you know you do it. And I tell people, DB already has God with him. I don't need to say shit to DB. DB's going to have to answer to God, not to me. You know?
I do. I do.
Like I said, I have to do the same thing too. I talk about it. You know everything that I disagree with. So there ain't nothing I need to say to you because what's understood and it doesn't have to be spoken. Doesn't need to be said.
Yeah.
You know what you do wrong. You know, God.
You talk about things that I do.
Yeah.
I do. Like, there's things that you speak against that I do.
Yeah, like
it is what it is, brother. I'm going to be me.
Yeah, like you accept free fragrances. Somehow I disagree with that, but I've already told you that. I don't need to say that to.
But my hand ain't out for them.
But also the thing
is, there's a difference between saying.
Well,
there's a difference between saying.
Hold on, let me finish.
Accept the free fragrance that you're giving me, versus, hey guys, I accept free fragrances. Find me, hook with some free fragrances. I don't do that.
It's not.
And if anybody that has sent me,
you give away.
And but if anybody has sent me free fragrances, will be honest, they'll tell you I offered to pay for them anyway, and I'll pay for them.
It's not even that, bro. It's the fact that I know that you give away a shit more than you possibly get. And I'm like, he evens that shit out. That's still on you. I can't do it. I can't accept something free and remember in my head to give it away. Because my subjectivity is going to lead me to keep all that shit. I will keep every last one of it.
I'm telling you something right now. It's a 3-to-1 ratio. I give away 3, the one that comes in. That's a guarantee. I just said
I can't do that. If I get 3, see, I'm fucking keeping 3.
There's a new reviewer on YouTube. His name, he goes by Lone Star Reviews. And, I don't have a problem with the kid, but he's not going to be one of those guys that are going to tell you the truth about a fragrance. I'm just being honest. He's going to beat around the bush. I asked him about what he thought about Nava 2s And the first thing out of his mouth was, I learned from Red Adolescence. He's a real good friend of mine. And I said, well, you know, what if his fragrance smelled like something else or you didn't like it? Well, I would kindly and politely say that I don't like it. And I knew from then he wasn't going to be one of those guys that say, this stuff sucks or it smells like BR540 or whatever the case may be. I don't like the guy. I sent him 20 fragrances, 20 decants for him to get his channel started because he's real young. He has nothing to get his channel started. It's Dua and Dapper. That's all he's reviewing. So I just wanted to give the boy a foot up. You know, that's what I do all the time. But everybody wants to put me in this picture that and he's Spanish. The dude is a Spanish guy.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm a racist and I'm a Klansman, why would I give the guy any of my stuff? You know.
What's up, Judd and
Judd the Stud? What's up, boy?
I don't know, dude.
I don't know who he is. I mean, channel. But you know, there's always something. Somebody always has to be the troublemaker that gets this whole thing going. And I think personally he wanted the exposure because he knew who we were. He knew he was going to get thrown underneath the bus. I think he did it on purpose. That's my opinion.
Hear about them games, and them games gonna get his head chopped off.
You know, he made the comment about being marked, and I didn't pay attention to it till you said something about it, because I mean we were deep into a conversation. He was typing so fast I couldn't keep up. I mean, He was typing like a woman. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I remember you said something about it, and I went back near my videos, and he said the exact same thing. You know, come big or don't come at all.
That's an old school death threat. This marking somebody, like the kiss of death. You kiss somebody on the cheek and you mark them for death, or kiss them on the lips. It all depends.
You think that's my first time? He was on the live stream with this guy. Must be somebody that knows you there, dog man. He said he was on the live stream with Eugene and Christo the other night.
Oh, is that Jonathan?
Because I don't get on there. I don't get on there with Poogene.
Is that you, Jonathan? Unless
it's got to be Judd the Stud.
I think that might be Jonathan.
They'll eventually say
who exposed Kevin Scammons.
Could be. We'll find out, won't we? I got to keep track of the time because I got to get ready to go to work here about the next hour. But, you know, guys, in this fragrance community, why can't we just do fragrances and leave the damn drama alone? I mean, I don't like making these videos. That's the honest to God's truth, but they need to be done. I mean, people need to know what people to watch out for. I feel like that's what we need to do. Nobody else doing it.
I like exposing motherfuckers. I like making these videos. Right now, I'm just tired. But this Richard Salazar, I'm not gonna lie, this dude is a joke. He's a straight joke, man.
Big time. Big time. I mean, on here watching, I'd offer him to come on here, but he ain't man enough to do so. So he can't even admit that another profile was him running his mouth. He's sure ain't gonna come on here and answer questions and try to expose himself for the truth because he's not built like it. What's up? So,
here.
All right, dog man. Well, I appreciate it, brother. I'm gonna go off here and finish out the rest of my day. Get ready for work. You look like you about to fall asleep,
bro. At least we did this so people can see both sides of where we was coming from with this dude. Because some people might hear your side and get a whole different feel for it, and some people might hear my side and not get the same feel. So in a sense, we know how this interaction went with this me, you, and this dude. Though this dude isn't in here, I would invite this motherfucker in here so everybody can see how fake he really is. You know what I'm saying? Because once your face is on camera, it's a whole different story. A lot of people break. They can't do it. They can't do public speaking. Like they didn't take public speaking 101. So they don't know how to interact with the public and shit. See, I talk to people out in public all the time. But when a motherfucker gets on camera or anything like this on a live stream, it's a totally different fucking story to flip on you, and you can see all the lies and all the bullshit with you. You start saying words that don't make sense. You start, doing what I'm doing right now, stuttering and shit. But when they do it, you're gonna know it's a lie. You're gonna know it's a fucking lie.
Yep. All right, my man. Until next time.
Yeah, I gotta go spend some time with my wife.
Peace out, y'all.
All right, Judd. Take care, man. Hey, Judd, hit me up, man.
See you later.
All right, dude.
Yep. Later. You guys have brands that you're just not into for one reason or another. Big time free love. I don't promote it unless I like it, my friend. If I don't like it, I'll still promote it. I'll just say how it is. Talking about scandals that you're just not into for one reason. Big time free love. Nobody cares. Hey, wonder who he scams to get those. See y'all, man. I got to get off here to get to work.